We're back on the Chef You and I, and this recipe was given to me by my cousin who passed away, Margie Meyer, and she created it as a simple, wonderful cheese dip, and you can put it on crackers, you can use it with breadsticks, and it's really, really simple, very delicious. The more it matures, the better it tastes. So I don't make it right away and just, start eating it. I leave it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Right before I'm going to serve it, I bring it out. So what you have is about, I use about 12 ounces of Swiss cheese that's shredded. So you put your Swiss cheese in there, and then this is about a quarter of an onion. Put that in there. All right, that's about a quarter of an onion, small onion. And then you want to put in a cup of Hellmann's mayonnaise, only Hellmann's, or Best Foods, because it has, or make your own mayonnaise, and this is really delicious. Really simple, easy to do, and easy to make. And then I use 20 drops of Tabasco sauce. And I'm gonna mix it all together. So here's my 20 drops, or hot sauce. And then what you do is you blend it together, and you can see me blending it until it all blends together. And then when it does, then you mix it all together and put it into a container that you're going to serve it in. And we're doing that right now. It takes just a little time to do that. But when it gets together, it smooths out. You might want to add a little bit more mayonnaise if you wanted it a little bit smoother. Some people don't like it. They really want to try the cheese, tasting that cheese. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more mayonnaise to that. And just use right there. Thank you. I'm going to add a little bit more. And it gets really smooth. It's really pretty when you see it. It looks like it's enough. Put that over here. And we're just going to mix it together like I said, and so you can see the consistency of it. And you can shred your cheese from a block with one of those really nice shredders that looks like almost like coconut. And then when it gets together, it's really smooth. You'll see it in just a second. I have people from all over the world that love this recipe. And like I said, now that's what it should look like. Just like that. And what we'll do is we'll put this into our container. And then I'm ready. When I'm ready to go, we'll be ready to take it. If you're taking it as a appetizer or whatever to one of your friends, and then just put it in, or put it into a container to carry it. And you'll never, the wonderful thing about it is that you won't have any left. My husband always complains because there's never enough for him. And it tastes just as good the next day. But remember, it's mayonnaise. You don't want to keep it out for any long periods of time, especially in the summertime. So that's what it looks like. You can see that. Really pretty. And great. It has a great taste to it. And then I'd put some parsley maybe on top, for just a pinch of parsley on top of it. And we'll be right back to do our bruschetta. We'll be right back to do our bruschetta, and then we're going to do a ham salad. And then we'll be finished with all of our wonderful appetizers that we're taking to a party in the next day or two. Okay? We'll be right back. We're now back on the Chef You and I, and we're making bruschetta, which is basically olive oil, tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, fresh basil, and I like to use balsamic vinegar. And it's so delicious. Actually, my sister makes it for me all the time, and I make it without garlic. You can add garlic to it, but because I'm allergic to garlic, tonight I'm not making it because I love I just love bruschetta. So you want to chop up your basil, and this is all fresh basil, and I'm going to be starting to grow it next year in my garden. And it's just easy to grow. You can grow it all year long, even with a grow light. My sister has it, and you can freeze this beautifully by just chopping it up, and you can put it in your blender and chop it up, and just make sure it's really fine. And then you're going to use crusty bread like I'm making right there, or I didn't make it, but you can make your own bread. But you want to serve it nice. So this is really nice. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to chop up my tomatoes. I'm going to put that right there for a minute. And we're going to chop up our tomatoes in small little cube size. And because you're going to serve it on that crusty bread. So just make it really simple for yourself. And we're going to do this. And I'm going to, for just Bill and I, we're going to have appetizers tonight instead of having dinner, which I love to have sometimes. And sometimes when I'm out, I order it like that, so it makes it really nice for me. So this is just enough for the two of us. But if you want to make it for a crowd, I'd use about 4 tomatoes. And I'd use about 5 or 6 leaves of basil and chop them up fine like I did. And then just chop these up. This tomato is not cooperating tonight, but that's all right. It's really juicy, but you want to get little pieces. Okay, so that's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to get my trusty little thing, and we're going to put this all into this dish right here, and all the basil. Try not to waste anything. All right, and even chop these up. I don't know if you've never had it, but it's a really healthy hors d'oeuvre. And it won't spoil your dinner either, which makes that nice. Because I'd hate to have somebody not have an entree because they had too much appetizers. Okay, put that in there. Now we're going to use about a tablespoon of olive oil. Light olive oil, a couple tablespoons, and then a couple tablespoons of the vinaigrette. Make it really nice. And what you're going to do is you're going to do it around. I'll show it to you in just a second. I love this. It's so good. And then you might want to put a little bit of salt and pepper in. Okay. And we'll do that. We'll put a little bit of kosher salt into it, right here. Just a little. And you're ready to go. And let me show you this and see how pretty that looks. And usually when I'm doing it, I refrigerate it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to cut up the bread and show you how you do it to make it simple for you. So let's just move this away. Put this over here. Now we're going to cut up our bread, and you want to cut it up in small slices. So like this. So you can see it's about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more than that. You're going to get a lot out of this. See how easy that is to do. And you can go ahead and buy actually the already toasted ones that you can use. If you want to even use Melba toast, you can do that. So we're going to show you on a dish how you do it. Okay, so I think I have enough right there. So what we'll do, we'll just take a break a minute, and I'm going to go get a plate. We'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and now I'm going to put these on the plate, and then I'm going to put the bruschetta on top of it. So you take a slotted spoon, and you take and you put your bruschetta on top of it, like that. Make it easy as you can. Oh, this is so delicious. I can't tell you how much I love this. Fresh basil and tomatoes. What a healthy dish for you. And your kids, if you teach your kids how to like this right away, they'll love it. And for college kids especially, they can really charm their boyfriends and make hors d'oeuvres that are just so nice. Really healthy, healthy dish. Bruschetta. I'll tell you, I can't make enough of this for people. They love it. And you will too. So just remember what this is. It is 2 tomatoes, just for a small crowd of 4 maybe. 2 tomatoes, 4 basil leaves, and chop them up fine. And then you just put it on your crusty bread. And it's enough for a nice little hors d'oeuvre before you serve your entree or your salad. Or you can make this your salad, like a portable salad. Now, isn't that pretty? Look at that. It's beautiful. Easy to do. Simple. So remember, it is 2 tomatoes. It is 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, your basil, tomato, and a little bit of kosher salt. And you've got it made in the shade. And I think you'll enjoy it. And I always have maybe 2 or 3. I love them. We'll be right back on the Chef You and I when we're going to be making spinach dip. And our final thing is going to be ham salad on cute little bread. We'll be right back.